Well, what happens now is in fact happening right now in the Grand Palace that you might be able to see behind me. You may even hear the military cannons booming every minute as the first of the funeral ceremonies gets underway for King Bhumibol Adulyadej. His body has been taken from the hospital to the palace and is in the throne hall there. The ceremonies are ancient and quite intricate. The Crown Prince Maha Vajiralongkorn will lead those ceremonies. He'll ritually bathe his father's body, comb his hair, but this begins a long process of mourning. 1 year Thailand will mourn for their beloved king.
Now, Liam, what's the advice to Australians who are travelling through or living in Thailand during this period of mourning?
The Australian government has updated its travel advice to just remind Australians that this is an incredibly sensitive time in Thailand. The whole nation is in a sense of shock, even though this news was coming for many years. There is a deep sense of shock and deep sadness. And the Australian government is suggesting that Australians just consider behaving perhaps a little more somberly, being careful of how they dress, how they behave. Obviously, a lot of people come here to have a good time here in Thailand. It's the 5th most popular tourist destination for Aussies. So, by all means, come, but please be respectful of the sensitivities here. It is a little difficult, perhaps, for Australians to understand just how deeply and widely revered King Bhumibol has been to the Thai people. So, let's take a bit of a look back at the King's life.
As the youngest son in the royal family, Bhumibol Adulyadej hardly expected to be king. But when his older brother died in 1946, the teenager ascended the throne. At 18, he was a fan of jazz, modern and cosmopolitan, but soon proved himself adept at upholding centuries of tradition. With his glamorous wife by his side, the king impressed world leaders, including Robert Menzies as Australian Prime Minister in 1962.
Having some of your own charm brushed off on us.
Amid frequent political upheaval and violence, the king provided stability. But since the last military coup 2 years ago, the use of laws against insulting the monarch has spiked, prompting condemnation from human rights groups. Regardless, Thais all over the world are devastated at his death. Members of Australia's 50,000-strong community today gathered at temples, many dressed in black.
We try to chanting, we try to singing and pay respect to our beloved king.
I'm gonna say, please take me, don't take my king life.
Leaders have sent their condolences.
His passing is a matter of enormous sorrow for the people of Thailand, and so we share their grief.
So unifying national leader. He was also highly respected internationally.
Next in line to the throne is the Australian-educated Crown Prince Maha Vajiralongkorn.
We're dealing with a very different personality in the Crown Prince, and one who doesn't command the same degree of affection and support by the people of Thailand as did his father.
The Prime Minister says talk of succession should wait until the time is right. The Crown Prince is expected to take the throne, but wants time to mourn, like everyone else in Thailand.
Back home now, and the relationship between Australia's top 2 law officers might be broken beyond repair. The Solicitor General has hit out at the